Hey guys, Santa Claus here with another set of NFL predictions. This time it's week 14. So tonight we have the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going to pick the Raiders. They're currently on a 3-game win streak. 2 games in which they won in overtime. And the Rams, they're kind of bad. So they just keep losing games and losing, but I'm going to pick the Raiders. If this were like a normal year, the Rams would probably win this game. But I'm going to pick the Raiders for tonight. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Detroit Lions. I'm going to go with the Vikings. The Vikings probably could win the NFC North this week if they really wanted to with this win. I don't think it matters what Green Bay does because they're 5-8, and they just beat the Bears. So, yeah. The remaining bye-week teams, by the way, are the Colts, the Commanders, the Packers and Bears, Saints and Falcons. So, those are the remaining bye-week teams for this week. So, but I am picking the Vikings. The Vikings will be 11-2, and the Lions will be 5-8. As for the Raiders, they'll be 6-7, and the Rams, they'll be 3-10. They'll probably be eliminated from the playoffs. The Baltimore Ravens take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to go with the Ravens. The Steelers don't usually beat the Ravens, but I'm going to pick the Ravens. The Ravens just beat the Denver Broncos 10-9, and that was an ugly game, but Ravens are 8-4 and the Steelers are 5-7, but the Steelers will be 5-8 after this week, and the Ravens will be 8-5. Right? No. 9-4. 9-4 will be their record. So, yeah. The Cleveland Browns take on the Cincinnati Bengals, who just I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that game, but we have a better opponent this week anyway. So, but I am going to pick the Browns. The Browns usually do beat up the Bengals pretty good. Bengals can't seem to beat the Browns, so what's the point of picking them if they can't beat them? So, but I am picking the Browns. Hopefully the Browns do beat the Bengals here. So, the New York Jets take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills here. Hopefully the Bills just split with the Jets. I don't think the Jets will sweep, just because, Zach Wilson was starting the last time they played, and now he's been benched. So Mike White is probably the starter, and I'm not really sure. I think Josh Allen is okay. I'm not sure if he got injured or not, but actually, no. They had their game on last Thursday, so I don't think he was injured at all. But they did lose a key piece of their defense in Von Miller to a torn ACL. I do hope for a speedy recovery, but it usually takes around 9 months of rehab to get through an ACL tear. So he probably won't be back until the beginning of the season next year. So next September, I should say. But I am picking the Bills. The Bills will be 10-3. Yeah, 10-3. And then the Jets, they would be 7-6. But they'd still be in the playoff picture. Not exactly sure how, but hopefully they don't finish out the year 7-10. This isn't a normal year, so anything can go. The Houston Texans, who are pretty much done for the year since they've officially been eliminated from the playoffs, take on the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a slaughter. They just slaughtered the Colts. They're going to slaughter the Texans. The Cowboys, I'm going to go with 10-3, and the Texans will be 11-1, all ones across the board, but they are officially eliminated from the playoffs along with another team, which I will get to very... Oh, wait, the team that got eliminated has a bye week. So they're not on this list. So the Texans and the Chicago Bears have officially been eliminated. Nobody in the AFC or NFC has clinched a playoff spot. The Eagles were going to clinch, even though they won against the Tennessee Titans. But, the whole tie between the Giants and Commanders happened. So I don't think I've ever seen 4 teams have a tie in one season in a long time. So, yeah, I'm picking the Cowboys. They'll be 10-3. The Texans will be 11-1. But their season's pretty much over, so. Texans are pretty bad. Texans have one of the worst offenses in the league. I don't even know who's on the Texans besides, Brandon Cooks. But I'm not sure if he's been playing. Or Nico Collins, who's their second-year wide receiver. I do know that Kyle Allen is the starting quarterback for the Texans, and Laramie Tunsil, who's their starting left tackle. But that's pretty much it. I don't know who their tight end is. I don't know the rest of their line. I don't know the rest of their receivers. They do have Rex Burkhead at running back, so... And I'm not sure how he's been, but, he's on the Texans. Of course he does. But anyways, the Philadelphia Eagles take on the New York Giants. I am hopeful that the Eagles will clinch a playoff berth this week. Maybe the division if the stakes are high. But hopefully the Eagles will clinch the division here. I'm going to pick the Eagles over the Giants. The Giants would be 7-6-1. No, 7-5-1. Never mind. And then the Eagles will be 12-1. So hopefully they do clinch the NFC East. They just beat up the Titans, so yeah. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to pick the Titans, even though they just fired their GM, John Robinson, who had been with them since 2016. I think... I'm not sure who their first-round pick was in 2016, but I don't know. But he's the guy that's responsible for the A.J. Brown trade and stuff, but they fired him, and hopefully they get a new GM soon. But the Jaguars are currently, where are they right now? 4-8. Are they 4-8? I have no idea. Or are they 3-9? 4-8. I'm going to go back to that game. And the Titans are currently 7-5. They did lose to the Eagles, who are currently 11-1. But I'm going to pick the Titans here. They'd be 8-5, and the Jaguars will be 4-9. So, the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Denver Broncos. I've been waiting for this game for a while too, just because I know some people who are Broncos fans and they won't shut up about, Russell Wilson could be best quarterback since Peyton Manning. Seriously, did you not see him in 2021? I knew he was rusty in 2021. So I knew he was going to carry that rust back into 2022, especially in the wild card game against the LA Rams in 2020. He kind of looked very rusty. So that's why the Seahawks were very unsuccessful last year. They went 7-10 and missed the playoffs. And as for the Broncos, yeah, your season's done too. I think your season is over after this week. 3-10 I don't think you deserve Russ. I don't think Russ deserves you. You guys are ass. But, I think he's stuck there for another 4 years, so better get used to it. But I am picking the Chiefs over the Broncos. The Chiefs will be 10-3, and the Broncos will be 3-10. So, yeah. I think they will clinch last place in the AFC West. So, the Carolina Panthers take on the Seattle Seahawks. I am going to go with the Seahawks. The Panthers are not good. What's their record right now? 4-8 or 3-9? I have no idea. They're 4-8. They just came off a bye week. But I believe that the Seahawks will beat the Panthers here. I think they just beat the LA Rams, if I'm not mistaken. So the Seahawks are currently 7-5, so that would put them at 8-5, and the Panthers will be 4-9. I'm surprised they weren't one of the first teams eliminated from the playoffs. Well, that's because they started winning games, but they're 4-8, so. But I am picking the Seahawks over the Panthers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to go with the Bucs. They just led a comeback drive over the Saints, and the 49ers just lost their quarterback for the rest of the year, Jimmy G. They'll probably start Brock Purdy or get a free agent quarterback. But right now, I think Brock Purdy is the starter. But you know, but I am picking the Bucs. They'll be 7-6, and the 49ers will be 8-5, I believe. So yeah, I'm picking the Buccaneers. On Sunday Night Football, we have the Miami Dolphins taking on the LA Chargers. I'm going to pick the Dolphins. Even though they did lose to San Francisco the other day, on Sunday, I think they can bounce back. I think they can get the win. They'd be 9-4. The Chargers would be 6-7. I'm not really sure what's going on with them. They just lost to the Raiders, so I'm not really sure what's going on with the Chargers, but I'm going to pick the Dolphins over here. They're going to bounce back from the loss to San Francisco, and they're going to beat the LA Chargers here. So the Chargers would be 6-7, and the Dolphins would be 8-5. No, 9-4. Never mind. The New England Patriots take on the Arizona Cardinals, who are also coming off a bye week. The Cardinals are currently 4-8, and the Patriots are 6-6. But I am going to pick the Patriots. They would be 7-6, and the Cardinals, they would be 4-9. So that makes much more sense than, that just makes sense. Just because the Cardinals are bad, and the Patriots, they're not good either, but one of these teams has to win. It's not really a tank bowl, because a tank bowl constitutes like a top draft pick. So yeah, I'm going to pick the Patriots. They'll be 6-7. The Cardinals will be 4-9. If that is their record, of course. They're 4-8, so they'd be 4-9. All right, so we'll see you guys tomorrow for a countdown video, and the next prediction video will be Week 15, where we go over the games from Week 14 and the 49ers-Seahawks matchup next week. So we'll see you guys then.